Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Zhang, for your kind introduction. I am Jungus Lam, a building surveyor by profession, and I is now working in the Buildings Department, Hong Kong SAR government. Thank you, HA, CHP, and also Department of Health for having me here to talk about something on drainage. With the topic's role of healthy drains in the prevention of spread of COVID-19. The content of my presentation is divided into the following parts. A, control under the buildings ordinance. B, design of the drainage system. And C, lesson learned. The SARS in 2003 ML guidance. And the last part is drainage inspection scheme of drainage pipe. In preparing this PowerPoint, I remind myself not to include too many technical details, otherwise it's too boring. So I will adjust it a little bit by showing only the essential aspect and also with some key point and illustration with some layman term, such that the PowerPoint would be more easy to understand. Perhaps some of you may be expert in building industry, but please bear with me if I use some layman term or also if I use some technical terms. The main purpose is to highlight the importance of the healthy drain in the buildings and how healthy drains make possible healthy buildings, and then how healthy building make possible healthy occupants. Here is the Part A concerning the control under the buildings ordinance. Because the buildings department is one of the government agents to administer the building control under the CAP 123 buildings ordinance. In the slide, you can see there are 3 departments or 3 authorities taking care of the buildings or building works in Hong Kong. Some of them are government buildings or public housing block, which are under the jurisdiction of RHSD and housing department respectively. For example, for the public rental housing block, they are fully exempted from the buildings ordinance. And also for the government building, for example, the public library, markets, stadium, hospital, offices, government offices, they are under the jurisdiction of the Architectural Services Department. They are also not subject to the control under the buildings ordinance. Then what else? What else are under the buildings ordinance control? That is all the private buildings. For example, the offices, hotel, they are in the private land. The building works, including the drainage work, are also subject under the control of the buildings ordinance. So in other words, that drainage or the maintenance of the drainage work are also subject under the control of the buildings ordinance. So let me say a few words in the ordinance. The section 28(1) of the BO of the Buildings Ordinance, Chapter 123, it stipulates that all drainage work for any building shall, as safe as provided by regulations, be carried out by the owner of such building to the satisfaction of the building authority and in compliance with regulations. You may ask, how can the architect or the engineer or the designer to comply with this section, because it just say that to the satisfaction of the building authority. How? Okay. There are also subsidiary regulations. It calls building standards of sanitary treatments, pumping, drainage work, and latrine regulations, which is CAP 123I. It provides the technical requirements concerning drainage work. And also it specifies to what standard that the designer, the architect, should comply with. Then the building authority would accept it under the building's ordinance. So this is the regulations. The main objectives are, first, the health and hygiene for the benefit of the user and also the occupants, or in other terms, the general public. And the drainage work has to be designed and to operate as efficiently as possible, such that all the rainwater, wastewater, soil water discharged into the government sewage system are treated properly and efficiently. That is the main objective or main purpose of this regulation. The end result is to prevent the contamination of effluents and also prevent the spread of smell, spread of insect and also bacteria, etc. So in the industry of or in the health or medical terms, just like the excretory system of human body, we have to make sure that all the waste or the all the waste should be discharged properly and efficiently. In scrutinizing the drainage plan for compliance of the regulation, what are the major considerations that we should focus on? That means what are we really concerned about when we're talking about the drainage work? Here are two pictures showing first the external wall of the building. You can see it, there are drainage work attached to the external wall of the building. There are some bigger pipes, there are smaller pipes. All these are comprising the drainage system. And also the second picture is showing the internal pipe duct, which is accessible from common parts. What I'm showing here is the main consideration is the proper access to the drainage work. That means we have to have a way to carry out the inspection, to carry out the maintenance and also the repair. And there is a new building construction regulation which will be effective very soon. One of the main requirements is the access or external maintenance that will be stipulated in this new construction regulation. And also there is a code of practice on design for safety, external maintenance that provides some guideline for the practitioner and also the users, so to speak, the user to look after the design for safety of the external maintenance work. And also the buildings department had issued guideline, so-called PNAP, APP 93. There are further details showing how or the way the designer should pay attention to in order to provide a proper access, or referring to the importance of access. For the importance of access, may I just draw an example in your medical or clinical aspect? Just like the doctors doing diagnosis with their patient, they have to have proper access to identify all relevant symptoms of the patients, no matter externally or internally. That is almost the same principle in drainage work. Okay. Another consideration is the requirements for traps. The picture showing here is the two typical traps, what we call a device to hold certain amount of water seal such that the air or the smell would not get back into the interior. Let me explain a little bit more. For example, this one is called bottle trap, which is very typical sanitary fitness. You can easily find underneath a sink. This bottle holds the water, and the discharge water coming in from here by gravity, and they will fill up the bottle, and then the extra amount of water or the waste will drain away this way by gravity. It's gentle fall. And the bottle here hold up the water. That is the water seal, what we call the water seal, such that the water filling up here, the smell would not get in because the water is still there. Would not get into it and then get back to the pipe. Okay, another typical U trap, which is more easily to understand. Water is coming here, the outlet is here, and passing through the U shape, what we call U trap. The water is here. Because the water will find its own level. The outlet is here. The outlet in the in this level is a little bit lower than this one, such that the water will flow away from here. But the water inside the U-trap will be kept there. So the smell and also the bacteria would not find its way to get back inside the interior because there is a barrier. The main purpose is to let the discharge passing through but leaving the water there to prevent the smell and also the bacteria getting back into the interior. Okay, for the trap, there is also requirements stipulated in relevant regulation concerning the water seal. The regulation 24 and 25 of the regulation I just mentioned, there is a simple dimension. For example, different type of fitments, soil fitment we just mentioned, and also waste fitment, for example, basin, bath, floor drain, they have different requirements. For example, the depth of the water seal. For soil treatment, the depth of water seal is 50 mm, which is a little bit larger than the waste treatment, which is only for the basin, bath, is only 40 mm. But if it is connected for the waste treatment with waste pipe connected to a soil pipe, then the depth of the water seal will be double. The requirement is more stringent because for waste pipe connected to a soil pipe, the soil pipe is the solid solid waste that the water seal should be a little bit more. And also the diameter, you can see for discharging soil, the internal diameter is much larger, which is 80 mm. Whereas for normal waste, the diameter is only 32 mm. Okay, let me show you the typical anti-siphonic trap, anti-siphonic pipes. Here is a typical toilet. Um, this is the water closet, and also this is the soil pipe. And this one, for example, I just mentioned the trap should be anti-siphonic. That is this is the anti-siphonic pipe. Okay, if you look at the external wall, somehow you can also tell the external wall, there is an anti-siphonic pipe. This one, for example, this is the anti-siphonic pipe, and also this one. And this pipe, the main function by its name by the nature of its name is called anti-siphonic. So the main function is to stop the siphonic action. And this anti-siphonic pipe would be carried up to a height a lot less than 1 meter above the roof. For example, in these two pictures, typical high-rise building in Hong Kong, you can see this is the anti-siphonic pipe and also connected with the ventilating pipe. They are carried up to a height of not less than 1 meter above the roof. These two are also the ventilating pipe. And the main purpose of this ventilating pipe is to balance the pressure inside the pipe caused by a suction effect induced by fast-moving water flow in the main downpipe. Usually, the air would get into the opening of the ventilating pipe to balance the pressure, but chances are some air would also be coming out from the ventilating pipe. Hence, they are required to be carried out up to the main roof, about the roof level for at least 1 meter, where the outgoing air would be diluted by the open air. Okay, the part B is the design of drainage system. You can see there are so many pipe work, and what are the components? We are going to focus on the main components. First, the rainwater pipes. The main water pipe is to discharge the rainwater from the main roof, flat roof, or balcony, etc. Because for a building, there must be some roof. In Hong Kong, most of them are flat roof. In other countries, North America or in Europe, you can see other roofs, say the pitch roof. But in Hong Kong, most of them are flat roofs. So we have to carry away the rainwater. Otherwise, the flooding will occur during raining. And also, the rainwater, if not properly drained away, then it will create hygiene problem. So it collect and carry away rainwater only. That means it should not be connected with other pipes. For example, this picture showing this is the rainwater pipe. You see, you can see there is no other connection with it. It's only designed for carrying away the rainwater only. And the other component is waste pipe. It is to discharge the wastewater from lavatory, basin, bath, shower tray, floor drain, etc. For example, in this picture, you can see there is a down pipe. This is the waste pipe, this one. Why? Because you can see this is the outlet and this is the U-trap just mentioned in the previous slide. So this one is the waste pipe. And the soil pipe. This is the bigger pipe to discharge the soil water from water closet, urinal, etc. This is also the picture of the previous slide, but for the soil pipe, this is another pipe. This is the one in the left hand side, or sorry, right hand side. And this is the soil pipe. How you can tell from the size of it? You can see this is the WC, the outlet of the WC. This is a much bigger than this one. So you can guess this one must be the soil pipe because it is used to carry or discharge the soil water from the water closet. And also connected with the soil pipe, this is the outlet, and this one is the anti-siphonic pipe. This is the ventilating pipe. The one with dotted orange line is the anti-siphonic pipe. Okay, they are main components in the drainage system. And also one of the most important component is the trap that we have mentioned before. Why? Because the trap is a essential device to provide a barrier to stop the smell and also the bacteria or insect from coming into the pipe system. So we have to keep the water seal inside a trap. For example, in this picture, there are so many pipe work, but you can tell it's the shape of the pipe. This is the U trap because it just show in the shape of a U. So the water seal will be kept here. And as long as the water seal is maintained, the trap can work properly. Okay, what are the types of the traps? There are quite a number of types, but most popular type in Hong Kong you can find two. One is U trap that I have shown you in previous slide. This is the condition without water, and then before the assembly, you can see there is a U shape. The one with a higher level is the inlet. The one with a lower level is the outlet, such that the water can flow and discharge away. And the other type is bottle trap, just like a bottle. This is showing the condition without water and also showing the condition before assembly. This is the bottle part. And then the water coming from the top, and then we'll fill up the bottle, and then we'll find its way when its level rise, and then we'll discharge through here. And you may notice that there is another small part. There's another small part in each of the trap. What it calls, this is the anti-siphonic air valve, just like this one and this one. Let me explain a little bit. This part is a air valve. That is a one-way valve. That means the air can get inside, can get into the U-trap, but the air and also the water cannot go out. That is one-way valve, just like a one-direction gate, for example. One-direction gate. That is, it's open only in single direction. That is a small device, can let the air get in, but cannot let the air and also the water go out. That is the main purpose. Its main purpose is to balance the pressure inside the trap, such that the water seal would not be drawn away. I will show you later how does it work. And this is the part C, the lesson learned, the SARS in 2003. Most of us would not be unfamiliar with the SARS in 2003. And according to the investigation report published by the Department of Health in April 2003, no one single factor could account for the outbreak, and it is likely to have been the result of a combination of factors, including person-to-person contact, combined with the presence of a highly infectious index patient, and also the possible spread, by the way of fair use of the communal facilities. And concerning about the drainage, they found also possible factors regarding defective anti-siphonic pipe at 4th floor of Block E, and also concerning the sewage system, they find that the sewage system have not been properly maintained, especially in the U-traps. The water seal inside were found dried out in some trap. That is the main the main finding. It concerns the loss of water seal. For more detail, you can refer to the investigation report published by the Department of Health. And I would like to take this opportunity to explain what are the reasons or why the water inside the water trap, the water seal inside the trap, could be lost. First, it is by natural ventilation, natural evaporations. For example, if the sanitary treatments have not been used for a long time, depending on the ambient temperature and also the humidity, the water seal inside a trap would be dry up easily, especially in dry season. So if you can fill up the U-trap regularly, for example, every week with half-liter water, then it should be okay. The second main reason is the leakage. That is the maintenance problem, or the owner have not paid attention to any symptom concerning the drainage work. For example, if you smell something bad, or if you see there is some water stain, then that is a symptom for leakage. To employ a building professional or contractor to have the drainage system checked carefully. And the other reasons rather technical, but I will explain a little bit more. That is the self-siphoning. Self-siphoning. That is a partial vacuum formed when large amount of water discharge. For example, the bathtub, when you use the bath and afterward you just lift the tub and then the water will drain away. The large amount of water flow in a very fast and also in full bore. That means fill up the branch pipe. That will create a partial vacuum in the trap. That partial vacuum will throw away the water seal water, the water seal in the trap. If there is no anti-siphonic device, that's why in all the traps there should be provided with anti-siphonic device, either the air valve or connected with the anti-siphonic pipe. And the fourth one is the siphonic. That is the suction effect created caused by the negative pressure induced by fast-moving water flow in the main down pipe. That is the picture that I've shown you in previous few slides. The main stack there. When the water discharge moving downward very quickly, it will create a suction. If there is no anti-siphonic device, then the water seal in the trap will be sucked away or carried away also. Okay, I think even though I have tried to explain a little bit more, but I think it's better to have a look of the videos such that you can see how the siphonic effect create, and also how to prevent this siphonic effect. So I would like to show you the video. This is the fast-moving water coming down to the dark pipe, and this is the water closet. This is the soil water. If there is no anti-siphonic pipe, the water seal that in the part highlighted with orange will also suck away. That is the siphonic effect. But if it is connected with a ventilating pipe or anti-siphonic pipe that is connected to the higher part of the branch, connected to the water trap, then the air, this is the air from the roof, the air will come in and then will neutralize the negative pressure such that the water seal would not be carried away. Okay, the other video that I will show you is if there is a loss of water trap, that means the water seal has gone. What happened? That is the two trap. One is connected with the floor drain, and the other one is connected with the WC. And if the water seal inside the trap has gone, and also if the bathroom provided with exhaust fan is switched on, and it will exhaust air inside the bathroom, create a negative pressure inside the bathroom. Then what happened? Because the negative pressure inside the bathroom will draw the air outside wherever possible. That means if there is opening or there is crack, then the negative pressure inside the bathroom will create a suction effect to draw the air outside. If the floor drain connected with the pipe, of course, it has to be connected with the pipe to discharge the water. If the trap inside the water seal inside the trap has dried up, then there is no more barrier. So the waste, the smell, and also the bacteria will get into the room. So that's why it's prudent to refill the trap with water regularly. Okay, we have seen two videos showing the effect. for the stakeholder and also the petitioner. BD has been issuing new and also revised PNAP since 2003 to remind building professional and also contractor to pay more attention to the relevant aspect. For example, what are the requirements for submission and also the planning and design of drainage work, and also the material, the pipe material. And also, I just mentioned in the beginning of my presentation, the facility for providing a proper access to carry out the inspection and maintenance, and also for the floor drain in the kitchen and also the bathrooms, if they are provided with floor drain with the U-trap, they has to be filled up with water regularly. And also in 2010, we introduced the minor works control system to facilitate the owner and also the contractor to carry out some small-scale building works, including above ground drainage work, such that they can have faster and also more simple procedures in order at the same time to comply with the requirements. Okay, here is the last part of my presentation. That is the special inspection scheme of drainage. Since the epidemic COVID-19 occurred earlier this year, the community attached greater concern and attention on their drainage work. So with the main principle and also a common belief that prevention is better than cure, the government has launched a special inspection scheme of drainage pipe under the AEF, the Anti-Epidemic Fund, to proactively inspect the external drainage pipe by a consultant appointed by the buildings department. It was started June this year, and the main aims are first to promote environmental hygiene and also at the same time to create more job opportunities. And the scope of the inspection would be, we aim at inspect 20,000 private, domestic or commercial building. But if the building are only 3-story or less than 3-story, they will be excluded in this scheme. And only the external drainage pipe will be carried out, will be visually inspected. So the main problem or common problem that we would find out during inspection would be like this: rusting, defective drain with water dripping or leakage. That is the common problem that we can see in drainage system in Hong Kong. And the cause are also obvious. That is lack of maintenance and repair. And also some owner or occupants, they do not know the correct way to get the alteration or to carry out the addition of the drainage work. So that is the improper or unauthorized alteration. And also the misconnection of drainage pipe. Remember that I have mentioned that the rainwater pipe should not be connected with any other soil or waste pipe. But some cases the rainwater pipe has been connected with the soil pipe. That will create a hygiene problem. And if problems of that mentioned, if we find that kind of problem, then we will resort to the legal requirements that we will issue the drainage repair order to the owner. You can see if the external wall, if the drainage pipe are belonging to the common part of the building, then the drainage order will be issued to all the co-owners. If the drainage pipe concerned with one individual premises, then the drainage repair order will be served to the respective owner. If you allow 1 to 6 months for the owners to comply with the order, depends on the complexity of the work and also the scale of the work and also the nature of the drainage repair works. So they have plenty of time to comply with the order. But if they do not comply with the order within the period, then we will carry out the repair work for emergency, and also we will reimburse. We will issue demand note to the owner to get back the cost of the work because they are public money. So for owner's responsibility, it is their prime responsibility to keep the drain healthy by, for example, maintain the drainage pipe regularly, and also do not alter the drainage system passively. And also, if they want to carry out some drainage work, please do appoint qualified professional or contractors. Of course, for some eligible owner, they may apply for loans or subsidies for inspection and repair. For the minor works control system I just mentioned, we also have the simplified requirement or the simplified procedure for the owner to carry out the drainage work safely and also lawfully. And in order to ensure the quality of the buildings department will carry out site audit check regularly. For above ground drainage, they are divided into different classes. Here, I'm showing you the typical alteration or repair work. For example, the class 2, item 2.3, that is the repair works to the main stack. And if it is related to a branch pipe that is not involving the main pipe, that is class 3. And also we will step up the audit check of completed minor works for above ground drainage system. And also, apart from many relevant information uploaded into our BD website, we have prepared mobile app for users to download. And also, as part of the public education and publicity, we have also created some other apps to help the owner to appoint qualified professionals and contractors. And also, we have prepared comprehensive information pack for helping eligible owners to apply for loans or subsidies for carrying out inspection and repair to the building. As part of our publicity and public education, we have been advocating especially for property owners to appoint qualified professional or contractor for carrying out the building work, including the drainage work. Here is the last video that I want to show you concerning the drainage.
影響家居衛生，屋宇署提醒公眾唔應該擅自非法改動任何排水系統，例如因為改動廚房或者浴室間隔而擅自加裝排水管、拆除座廁嘅反虹吸管或者浴缸嘅反虹吸樽型隔氣彎管。
排水系統嘅設計同埋建造咧係受建築物條例規管嘅，咁特別注意咧要喺座廁啦、企缸啦、地台去水位啦、洗手盤啊或者洗碗盤等等呢啲設施咧係一定要有有效嘅水封嘅，咁例如要有隔氣彎管啦，同埋反虹吸嘅設施嘅。 咁去防止咧排水管裡面嘅臭氣咧進入室內。接駁住隔氣彎管嘅反虹吸管咧，同埋反虹吸氣閥咧嘅作用咧，就係用嚟平衡氣壓。當樓上單位排放嘅污水量咧達到去某一個水平嘅時候咧，就會產生虹吸效應。咁即係咧樓下單位咧嘅分支渠管咧就會出現咧負氣壓嘅情況，咁就會咧抽走咧單位衛生設備隔氣彎管裡面嘅水風啦。咁由於咧反虹吸管咧就必須要咧伸延到去樓宇天台咧唔少過1米之上嘅，咁同埋係唔可以密封嘅，咁所以空氣咧就可以咧經呢一個反虹吸管咧就流翻入去單位裡面嘅支渠管裡面，平衡翻虹吸效應咧造成嘅氣壓差，防止咧隔氣彎管裡面嘅水風流失啦。咁而反虹吸氣閥咧嘅作用咧，其實係同反虹吸管咧嘅功能係相同嘅。
要確保隔氣彎管正常運作，每星期用大約半公升清水倒入去每個地台去水口。
咁家居座廁啦、洗手盆啦同埋浴缸咧，因為大家日常生活所需，經常都會用到，所以佢哋嘅隔氣彎管咧，裡面嘅水風咧，一般咧係唔會出現乾涸嘅情況。咁但係咧地台去水咧就好唔同啦，大家一定要注意，因為如果大家咧長時間冇用到咧，或者唔記得咧定期倒水，咁隔氣彎管裡面嘅水風咧就會慢慢蒸發咧，咁就會失去咧阻隔臭氣入屋嘅功效。
屋宇署提醒公眾要定期檢查排水系統，所有排水管、隔氣彎管同埋反虹吸管都應該處於密封狀態。如果懷疑排水系統欠妥善，例如地台去水口或者反虹吸管發出異味、排水管滲漏或者出現裂縫等等，應該盡快安排合資格嘅承建商檢查同埋維修。
I'm sorry that it's in Cantonese, but I think it is very easy for you to understand, especially for those overseas. And it is almost coming to the end of my presentation. Let me show you a picture of popular scenery that you can easily find in Hong Kong. As an expert or practitioner in medical or healthcare industry, you would probably be concerned with the aging problem in Hong Kong. Likewise, as a practitioner in building industry, we are facing with similar challenge, that is aging building block. If the building component, including the drainage system, are not properly maintained, or are not kept in healthy condition, many problems will surface. In the beginning, I have mentioned that healthy drain would make possible healthy building, and then healthy building would make possible healthy occupants and healthy environments. There is a saying in building industry that building professional like architect, engineer, or surveyors, they are to a certain extent also doctors. Yes, they are doctors. They act like a doctor to buildings. So let us join hands together, work together, and fight together to advocate our common belief that is prevention is better than cure. And thank you for your time. Here are ways for contact us. Thank you very much.